For Whitehead, every fact is the achievement of some value. Every value has a factual dimension to it. Realization weaves durable fact values into the weft and weave of the universe, and that feeds back onto this space, this topos of possibility. So there's a co-creative aspect to this polarity between actuality and possibility for Whitehead. In this dipolar scheme, eternal objects as pure potentials are gathered in the primordial aspect of the divine, what Whitehead calls the primordial nature of God. They're gathered into and unified into a continuum of relevance, so that actual achievements, the realized forms of historical becoming, can then be woven into what he calls the consequent nature of God, preserving as a kind of memory what has been, and also artistically, aesthetically retuning it to the lure of what might yet be. So God, for Whitehead, is an example of concrescence. God is an everlasting concrescence. So unlike all other finite concrescences, God's concrescence is said to be everlasting. It doesn't perish. Everything exists within this divine concrescence. And in this way, for Whitehead, God is not supposed to be an exception to the metaphysical scheme, but it's the first instance of its application, its chief exemplification, in other words, the macroscopic exemplar of concrescence. And so Whitehead's trying to account for a God that is both eternal and historical. He's trying to account for the way in which possibility and actuality are dynamically entangled and require one another but don't collapse into each other.